play. Stirtz with the catch. Stirtz bounce pass to the corner. Bulgarians for three.
Played out. No timeouts. Drake's got to shoot it. Stirtz got it!
He'll get it. Finds Stojakovic and throw up a three. Wow. That is a tough shot.
Jacob Myers here with Bennett Stirtz, Iowa point guard. One of the cooler stories in college basketball over the past couple years, going from a overlooked, underrated recruit to one of the most dominant players in college basketball in March Madness. Bennett, appreciate your time. Welcome to the show.
Sir, thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. So let's start with that chip on your shoulder. I can see it through the screen. You got a big chip on your shoulder. Start out Liberty, Missouri. You head to Northwest Missouri State. You end up going with Coach Ben McCollum. From there to Drake, then to Iowa, where you spent your last season. Walk us through your journey, the recruitment process, kind of like earning your keep at each level, working your way up, and how that kind of defines you as a basketball player.
Yeah, man. So I grew up in Liberty, Missouri, as you said, and my dad was my high school coach. So he wasn't easy on me at all means. So he pushed me super hard, and I wasn't on varsity team as a freshman or anything like that. I had to work my way up, and he really instilled the work ethic in me. I just remember started sophomore year, 6 a.m. every morning before school, and I just got up shots, and he really instilled that in me. And unfortunately, it didn't work. I had no Division I offers, and that was really my goal, just to play college basketball. I never really even thought about the NBA, and fortunately had a Division II offer from, honestly, a D2 powerhouse about an hour and a half north of my hometown. So they're really that, and then another D2 school called William Jewell. So it's like 5 minutes from my house. Those are my only two offers. And those are the only two coaches that believed in me. And, decided to go into Northwest Missouri State. And they won 3 straight national championships before I got there. So that was huge for me. And I knew, I think they hung with like Duke. They lost to Duke by like 6 points, like a couple years before I got there. So I was like, yeah, these are going to be good guys, good players on the team. And I didn't think I was going to play at all my freshman year. I think I just kept my head down and stayed working. And had like a humble confidence to me, and I've just always had that in my game. And everyone I played in Division II, even Division II coaches didn't want me, so I had that chip on my shoulder in Division II. And Coach McCollum went to Drake after my 2 years there, and I think it was the first tournament. It was like a Thanksgiving tournament in Charleston. We'd be like Miami, Vanderbilt, some teams like that, and that really helped my confidence, because I think that's the thing I was lacking in my game. I knew I could hang with these guys, but like I didn't act like it. So that really helped me, that tournament, and just know I could hang with the best and our team can hang with the best. And then I went to Iowa and just kept that same chip on my shoulder, kept that motivation, and here we are now. Who would have thought?
Maybe your dad.
Maybe.
Yeah. So talking through kind of rising to each level, you talk about that confidence. That was something I was going to ask about. I'm curious, was there a moment where you were like, okay, like I'm an NBA player. Like I think I have a real shot at going to the highest level?
Yeah, it was probably like halfway through my junior year at Drake. Started getting like agency calls, and my coaches were telling me they were getting calls from NBA teams. I was like, dang, this is crazy. Never would have thought. Like, I had a dream of playing in the NBA as high school or as a little kid, but like I never believed it would come true. So it was kind of crazy. Like I had to stop myself and wake up from a dream, but like here I am now, and we're going full force now.
Last year, you clearly could have tested the process after that run. I think you had a lot of NBA interest during the season, like you talked about, teams coming to watch you play at practice, watching you compete. Then on top of that, you have the tournament performance you had. You decided not even to test and just to go with coach to Iowa. Walk us through that process, because that was something to me that I really respected, because I think a lot of times, some young players are going to be watching this, trying to learn from you, young point guards, or maybe some guys that want to be in your shoes one day. There's a lot of movement every offseason now, guys going to different levels in college, high school players going all these different camps. And it can be a real competitive advantage now to kind of like have that stability and develop. I imagine that was part of that process, being loyal to your coach, wanting to go to the Big Ten, but walk us through that through your own kind of words.
Yeah, I mean, I had a great support system around me. So I think the main thing for me was I wanted to be happy. And then the second thing was, I think I still had a lot left to prove. I still think I could have been a higher pick. I think I was probably like late first round, early second last year. So I just thought playing in the Big Ten and playing against guys who were going to be in the league would really help me. And I didn't really have pressure all year. I guess I would have had pressure, and I probably should have felt it, but I didn't feel any pressure this year. I was just trying to be happy, and I turned down lots of money from NBA, or even like if I went in the portal and went somewhere else. So I just don't. I personally think money never satisfy you, and I think really being happy is the main thing, and that's what I did this year, and it paid off.
Translating to the court now, your college basketball's Ironman past couple of seasons. You know that the average college fan, they might correlate athleticism with like dunks and, you know, athletic, you know, backboard blocks and steals and all that. But like stamina is definitely a key component of NBA athleticism, and like athleticism, the highest level of basketball. You're the first Iowa player in 26 years to lead your team in scoring, assists, steals, played 40 or more minutes in 17 games, which was fifth in all minutes in the NCAA. And you didn't sit out one moment of your 4 games in the NCAA tournament this year on the way to the Elite Eight. Have you always had that type of stamina? Like, where does that come from? Obviously, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of conditioning, a lot of also like mental toughness and resilience.
My genetics help a little bit. My mom ran track at K-State, so that helps just a little. But yeah, our summer conditioning program that I do is pretty tough, and it gets me ready for the games. And I'm not gonna lie, I get pretty tired in 40-minute games. I feel like I can get more dunks, and like I'm an athletic dude, but I'm just gassed out there. But I just don't like being on the bench. I like being there for my teammates. And yeah, you kind of have to like pace yourself out there. You can't really go full speed 100% in the first 10 minutes. You got to like pace yourself if you want to play 40 and be ready to go and be ready to make shots at the end of the game. But yeah, it's something I wouldn't trade for the world. And yeah, I love being out there as much as I can.
You play in other sports when you were growing up?
I did. I played football and baseball. So
what position were you in football?
I was quarterback.
That was going to be my guess. And that's a perfect transition as we kind of get into the film here. I think it starts your feel, your instincts, whatever you call it. You got both. We're going to walk through some of these plays. This is my favorite play of the tournament. Walk us through this one here. 9 seconds left, inbounds.
Yeah. I mean, the play was for me to get downhill. And honestly, it starts with that pass. Really good pass. Led me downhill. And then, yeah, Thomas Houck. It was kind of an easy read, honestly. He just came up on me. And I don't know, it's hard to not pass to a dude wide open in the corner there with 7 seconds. So had a feeling he was going to make that, but honestly, it was a read right in front of me. So if I didn't pass it, I don't know what I would have done there. So yeah, I was trying to win the game there.
We talked about being Ironman, the stamina, the minutes. Got to be one of the best bounce passers in college basketball this season. Reason why I love this so much is the spin on the ball. Like, it was just perfect. Hit him right in his pocket. And I think we have a couple really nice bounce passes in this mix. Another one here. Yeah, I mean, you can't fake this. It's really good court mapping. Walk us through this play.
Yeah, whenever I got downhill this year, there was a lot of guys in the paint, so I knew a lot of the eyes were on me. So, I don't know, ball fakes were really important this year for me. And then another easy read. But still, pass wasn't on the money because I was up in the air. So, pass could have been a lot better, but still made the shot there. So, 4 guys are in the paint, another easy read.
Yeah, great pass. Came in a big moment too.
Yeah, for this one, I think I used my shooting as a threat good on this play. I could have shot the shot. Teshedder's a good defender too, so he reacted well. And then I saw the middle of the floor wide open, so I knew the give and go was a possibility. And the guy who passed it to me, luckily the defender's hands weren't up, so that helped a lot.
Yeah, you talk about proving yourself at every level in college basketball. Michigan this season, I mean, there wasn't a better preview for what the NBA is like. Length everywhere besides Cadeau.
Yeah.
Several first-round picks, several, green room guys, I'd imagine. Another great bounce pass here. Maybe a simpler play, but when you kind of slow it down, you're like, oh, wow. Just because the window, Florida as well, great length, big guys that can move their feet a little bit. Chinyelu's got like a 7'7" wingspan, something like that. Walk through when you kind of realize you had this window open.
Honestly, I always, even in ball screens or anything like that, I always look to score first. And it's going to be obvious if the read to score is there. So obviously I'm not going to get it above Chinyulu on this pull-up or Condon. So I'm a simple guy out there, and I make the easy read. I think that kind of goes unlooked nowadays. Everyone wants to make the pretty pass. So honestly, every time that I see someone right there wide open, I'm going to pass it. So yeah, it's a good finish too.
Another good one here, just kind of court mapping, simple play, drive the closeout. Like you said, you got 5 guys collapsed on you, 4 guys collapsed on you. Another really nice bounce pass, Alvaro. Gotta say, he's pretty good shooter off the bounce pass too. I'm guessing he got used to it playing with you.
Yeah, I don't think it would have got through if his hand was right there. So yeah, we work on it and lots of reps of bounce passes. So that one was good.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the best passers in the NBA or even quarterbacks, talk about being a quarterback, like Lamar Jackson throws a little sidearm. You got Mahomes, sometimes he'll elbow get low, or you look at like Tyrese Halliburton, he does the jump pass. I think people who have that cerebral nature, they're able to kind of be creative in the moment. And you definitely have that with the bounce passes. You can tell you worked on that a lot. It sounds so simple, right? Like a younger player is like, it's just, you know what I mean? But it can be a really real competitive advantage, especially when we talk about that first play, like full speed, there's 4 seconds left on the clock. You got a guy with 7'2" wingspan. It's going to be tricky to get that pass by him.
Sure.
Here we see some of the feel on the defensive end, kind of anticipating baseline out of bounds. Walk us through this one. You guys played a lot of half-court offense under coach, but when you guys did get out and run, you were pretty effective.
Yeah, and I wish we would have done that more, but I guess we didn't have that many opportunities. This one was easy read defensively. I just read the point guard's eyes there, and I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty good in transition, and I make the right read. So when we get those opportunities, we wanted to push it this year, and even watching the playoffs and stuff like that this year, they play super fast. So we've been working on that, just like in the workouts and stuff, really playing fast and getting shots up in transition.
Who are the teams or the players that have caught your eye in the playoffs so far? It's been a really good opening round.
Yeah, I know. It's been great. I think it's really fun to watch the Trailblazers, at least in the first half. They're kind of the Spurs are also fun to watch, but to see how fast the Trailblazers play, just seeing Drew Holiday or Denny bring up the court, it feels like in a split second. It's super fun to watch. Honestly, I like the Magic defense too. They play super hard, and they're playing together as well. So all the games are fun. Those are probably the 2 offensive and defensive wise that I like watching.
I think the next component definitely for you is the shooting. Really high level shooter throughout your college career. You shot 7 threes a game this year, 49% clip on those catch and shoots, which, if you're an NBA scout, that's pretty enchanting when you start plugging you into lineups with different playmakers. And we talk about playing that, fast paced style. 31% off the dribble, shot a lot of tough ones, makes sense. Made some big tough ones. Kind of going through here. I mean, you have a filthy step back. Have you always had the step back?
Honestly, no. I got that. Okay. We really worked on it this summer. So feels really comfortable and stuff like that. So it's kind of my go-to.
I mean, we saw you go both directions with the step back. Usually, a righty, they might be more comfortable getting that left hand. The gather's a little bit easier. We saw you kind of go both directions this year. Oregon game, man, this had to be one of your favorites of the season.
Yeah, I was feeling good this game. I was feeling good, man.
I think one thing you did a really good job of, over your college career is when that stick hand, you get that little bit of window. We talk about the instincts, the feel. When that hand's down, I think we have some with Steinbach a little bit later, like it's up. When you go to switch with the big, is there anything like simple in your head that you're looking at, thinking of?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's to not go too crazy on the moves. I think 1 or 2 quick moves on a big and get to your spot, I think is key for me. And that's something I always focus on when I get a switch. And that's what I did here. Just get to my left step back. And that one felt good. I was taking a lot of tough threes off the bounce. It's hard to get a rhythm this year. So off the catch, I feel like I'm one of the best shooters in the draft. And I want to prove that next year. So I think getting easier threes off the bounce is something I've been really working on. And then obviously just catch and shoot stuff, still working on that as well.
Definitely. I think this is some off-ball play here. Yeah, just, active feet. You talk about wanting to prove yourself as one of the best catch and shoot guys. Great footwork, always shot ready. That's late clock too, right? You're not just like ball watching, kind of waiting for the possession to expire. You're maximizing that, finding the ball. Decent late closeout by Sanford, another great shooter. Then off some like DHOs, I mean, you guys played, I'm looking at your scoring here, 37% of your offense was pick and roll, like you scoring for yourself, 17% spot up, 17% ISOs, shot 40% from three in ISOs. Really impressive this year. We saw some of these with the pull-ups, the step backs, and then, about 12% of your offense in DHOs. But you guys had a pretty creative offense. Clearly, Coach Ben McCollum is one of the best offensive minds in the sport. But yeah, I think you've proven you can play at a lot of different actions. I think here we have DHO, miscommunication, you drill it. But what's your favorite action to play out of on a basketball court?
I really like the get action off the ball screen. So obviously I can dribble it as much as I want and get to a ball screen, but throwing it to a big and then going to get it, I think I feel most comfortable with that, and I can just make a read off that.
Yeah, you did a lot of damage against Oregon with those.
Yeah.
Little two-man action. They were switching 1 through 5. They had Kwame kind of playing a small ball 5. Some of those clips are here. We talk about this one. Morris was probably the toughest defender in my eyes. One of the more disruptive guys in all of college basketball. If you had to build starting 5 from the Big Ten this year, who would be on your team?
Oh man, can I put myself in there?
Oh, for sure.
All right, I'll put me. I'm gonna put Keaton in there. Great player, very underrated too. KC guy, I got to put him in there. I'm gonna miss some guys, but I'm gonna put Morez in there.
There you go. You gotta show your GM skills. I mean, there's gonna be NBA teams watching. You got, sometimes you just gotta focus on the evaluation, not her feelings.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put Morez and Yaxel in there as well.
Okay.
And then 5-man. I mean, can I go 3 Michigan guys because of days?
Yeah.
Golly. Yeah, I'm gonna put 3 Michigan guys. I'm gonna put Mara out there.
That's a really good 5. I mean, Michigan won national title for a reason. You guys made the Elite 8 for a reason, and Keaton was in the Final 4. Kind of advancing to that, we talk about some of your favorite actions. A lot of pick and roll, a lot of ball screen reads, kind of mixing the shooting, the feel. We're going to let you walk through some of these, kind of show the viewer, your thought process, how you're processing. I think first one here, late game versus Michigan, late in the season. Yeah, we talked ball fakes earlier.
Yeah. So for ball screen reads, the first thing I'm looking to do is score, and I think refusals are also another thing. So you got to make reads in a split second, and you got to know what coverage you're in. So honestly, we know that coming into the game with scout, but there's a little refusal and twist ball screen. And then here's a get action, good screen. Mara's in drop, but I got downhill enough to get him engaged, and then the roll's there too. So that was a good finish too, and he needed to dunk that, or else it was getting blocked. So that's the type of length it's going to be in the NBA. So, and there's going to be a lot of drop in the NBA too as well. So, yeah, really getting downhill, ball fake, engage that defender, engage that big. So, but the main thing, and it starts with the setup. You got to get your man screen and rubbed off the screen. So,
yeah, you guys twist a lot of ball screens at Iowa, right?
Yeah, we get very creative on our ball screens, twist, hooks. Yeah, it really depends on the scout.
But yeah, I mean, you described it perfectly. When every time you move up a level, the margin for error is slimmer and slimmer. You're playing against a Daimara, that's NBA length, and you got an NBA rotational guy right there in the gaps. That type of ball fake that saves your guy, half a second and allows him to get momentum for a dunk. That's the difference between tie game and not staying in it.
Yep.
Another one here. How was Washington guarding you guys?
Yeah, they were just trying to bully me. That's all I remember on this game, and they were trying to be really physical, and they were also switching some too, in late in the second half. This one was easy. He wasn't set as a defender, so I love getting to my right, and knew I had to put this high off the glass with their big. Yeah, I kind of like to lull my defender to sleep there. Act like I think I did one of these finishes in the Maryland game.
Mm-hmm.
Just I'm not the quickest guy out there, so a change of speeds is something I've worked on my whole life.
Little two-man action. Get to that step back.
Yeah, I was feeling myself on this one. um, this is another good action. Wanted to get off of it, and then that's the refusal there. Stab. I like getting to my stabs with my left foot stab. So yeah, felt comfortable on this one, and yeah, that shot felt good.
Yeah, great footwork. But we talked about a lot of twists. You talked about rejects. I mean, you guys were tricky to guard in ball screens because you were always kind of talk about being a quarterback. You were kind of always quarterbacking the screener with the setup, with the pace, and then you talk about getting this move here, really crisp footwork. That's a big time shot. Another one here. We kind of mentioned this a little bit earlier. Showed some of the passing. You like this pass?
I do. Yeah.
I worked with Jameer Young at Maryland, who recently got signed by the Heat, and he loved this pass too. He wanted to work on it every day.
Yep.
But how beneficial is it to have passes like this in your arsenal when you're playing against, big time length?
I think it's beneficial, and we work on that every day. Even with the left, you can really scan the floor here, and you can look away. It's easy to do a no look behind the back pass. So, like when I'm throwing this, I'm not looking at Alvaro here. I'm looking at Kwame, and then the dude guard me too. So yeah, this is another easy read, and he popped there and knew he was popping, and you don't really have to turn your body as well with the behind the back pass. It's a really quick one. So, and then it obviously takes the deflection piece of it away as well.
Yeah, it's a good way to shield the ball. Yep. Another one here versus Washington, reject. Great little hezzy. Did you feel like you had to use more gathers, attacking gaps in the Big Ten than in past seasons?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always felt like they were there. And I would like to get to 2-foot finishes, but it was super tough too. So, yeah.
Yeah, this was nice.
Yeah, that was another problem. Like, even if I got to the short roll or got to the rim, those defenders were really stunting because we didn't have that many shooters out there. So, yeah, the spacing was definitely weird, and it had to be a split-second read for me to make the right read.
We'll twist here. Left-hand pocket pass, led him really nicely.
Yeah, this is nothing I did here. That's just a good screen and roll.
Great screen. Opened up.
Yep.
Getting some finishing, we kind of brought it in there with the finishing, but, 2 years ago, 58% at the rim in the half court. Last year, 67%. This year, 69.5%. Really high level. One of the best in the Big Ten. You talked about some of the different footworks, releases. Maybe wanted to get to 2 more, but how important is it, and how much have you been working on your finishing and all those different things as a point guard?
Yeah, I've worked on it every day, and I think my length helps me a lot to really extend my right or left arm. I think this is a left-hand finish here, but
yeah, this was filthy.
Yeah,
with Mara, this is.
Yeah, filthy. I don't know how that didn't get blocked, but
yeah,
I really extended there.
Also, a great pick and roll setups. Also, drive setups. Just a little bit of a hesitation here. McKinney was a good defender in his own right. Yeah. And then you got a freak coming to contest it, and you left-hand finish, really nice. Another one here. We talked about attacking those gaps with gathers. Walk us through this one. He was really harassing you.
Yeah, saw the rim wide open, but their wall of 4 was really good, so I had to pick it up to get through that wall. And yeah, this is a tough one. Had to get that high up in the air because I saw Steinbach coming. So
yeah, I mean, gathering as a righty off a dribble with your left into a left-hand finish. I mean, that's touch. Yeah. Another inside hand, this on the other side of the floor. Walk us through this one. Nebraska, for people that maybe weren't as tuned to the Big Ten, the way they defend as a whole, very unique, especially in the post for forwards and bigs. But like they're a tricky team to go against. Right?
Yeah, they don't have the best like one-on-one defenders, but as a group, they're like dialed in. Their communication and their unique defenses that made them one of the best defenses in the country. So this is another read. We knew coming in they're forcing the guards to go down the slot. So yeah, if we beat them in the slot, we knew there was someone coming to help. So our read was to pass this, but I got by my defender really quick, and I thought I could jump higher than both of those two. So Yeah, I probably should have used my left there, but yeah, I was comfortable using my right, so got that high up in the glass.
Yeah, we talked about having, active feet, kind of moving to the space you need to be in. Earlier, we had the 3 from the slot against Nebraska. Now you got, driving the closeout, got past them. You talk about having the length, inside hand finish. Sometimes, the move that would make sense, it's a reason why you didn't do it, right? Because it's like that's how they're gonna go to contest. So
Yeah.
maybe they expect to the inside hand finish can be so deceptive
Good point.
because the rotation is coming for that. Because it's most common. Kind of into some of the off-ball play. Obviously, you were really the quarterback under Coach Ben McCollum over the past couple years. How comfortable are you off the ball, playing off other guys, not having the ball in your hands, etc.?
I honestly think I'm a better player off the ball, and I just love relocating and stuff like that. I think I just have an basketball IQ that really helps me out off the ball, and I know if I'm off the ball, I know what my guard is thinking, and I know his read spots. So I think that's what gives me just a head start.
I think you did a great job cutting to open areas. I think this is a cut here, and I think it's also an inside hand finish. Yeah, this is nice, man. What do you see here?
Yeah, I never want to stop moving. So when I get off the ball, I really think it's just the IQ and reading my defender when I'm off the ball, and I think I'm a really good cutter and just getting into open spaces. So, yeah, it's just feel when I'm out there. And, I got this inside hand finish too. So
another one here. I think Mara might get you on this one, but still shows the feel off ball kind of reacting. You talk about reading the defender.
Yaxel got me on this one.
Oh, Yaxel, not Mara. Yep. But yeah, walk through this one. Really sharp cut.
Yeah.
Maybe see some of the football.
Yeah, Michigan's a switch everything team, so we knew the rejects were going to be there. So this is a good pass and cut. Just better play by the defender here. Probably should have used a shot fake there. But that's what defenders are going to be like in the league, so got to be ready.
Definitely. Yeah, this is a tough one, but I'm curious.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Walk us through this one, maybe what you do differently, what you saw. This is a really, really good game. I rewatched this yesterday. Terrific game, big-time battle on your home floor. Talked about building your starting 5 in the Big Ten. He's on it. Yep. Really menacing, unique defender. I mean, he's 6'9". He's got these crazy long arms. You see how low he gets. His head's under yours, which is tricky for a front court player. But yeah, walk us through this one.
This is just an ISO call. Wanted the switch. I think it was probably for Merez, even though he's a great defender. It's hard to pick and choose here, but I wanted to take the last shot, and I always do. I'm that type of player, and wanted to get the bump here. I got him beat, but I want to see if I could have kept.
It was really good defense.
Yeah, that's great defense. Great wall up. I probably should have kept going and finished high off the glass, but I was trying to seek contact too much, and still had a shot, but just left it short, which you can't do. And this is something I got caught on most of the season when I didn't finish. It's just one more dribble. I feel like if I took one more dribble, then it would have helped a little bit. Maybe would have made the shot, but yeah, that's something that I need to work on.
And then defensively, I had a couple different NBA folks. If they ask you one question in this, and one of the common ones was, do you think you can talk about playing all 40 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's pretty damn tricky. Yeah. Do you see another gear for yourself defensively at the next level?
Oh, for sure. And that's the main thing that we're working on right now is just watching the NBA. They pick on dudes, and they get the same dude in the action every time who they don't think they can guard or that can guard. So I don't want to be that guy, and I don't want to be the dude that the team's picking on. So I want to be able to guard in the league and be able to guard different positions. So I think just playing 40 minutes this year, it didn't help because I was so tired. I was doing so much on the offensive end. So trying to get a breather was on the defensive side of the ball. So that was probably a tough spot for this year, but I really want to become a great defender.
Gotcha. You talk about working on that now. What are some of the things you're kind of honed in on in this process?
Yeah, I think it's without a ball, it's sprint work and lateral work. So working on that with our strength trainer and really getting stronger, but just getting quicker. And yeah, those are the two things just because the bumps and those guys are so strong. So um, I know like for these plays and the steals I'm getting, um, like I can use my IQ to help out a little bit, but it's the strength and speed that's going to help out the most.
So you say you feel more comfortable with like the instincts off ball positioning, and it's really just getting to the next gear of like taking bumps, playing off physicality. You got a 6'7", Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown type, like picking you out, just getting comfortable, holding your
Exactly.
ground, stuff like that.
Yep. Because I
Yeah.
know I can get to my spot on the defensive end. So they're just being able to guard.
For fans watching this that maybe aren't as in tune to the coaching side, team side, I mean, college basketball teams, particularly in the Big Ten, you guys are memorizing a lot of the most preferred reads for these teams. And walk us through kind of this possession. You guys really took out most of their first couple reads in this set. I'm curious what you see out there.
Yeah. So this one we were taught to do because they love this. We call it Stockton and Malone action. They love to come off the ball screen and the big will dive. And he was like looking at the big when he was passing it every time in film. So we knew this one was coming, and I think my length helped out a little bit here. So like he's just looking at it. So that was a pretty easy steal there.
Do you have a prediction on the wingspan at the combine?
Ooh, I think I'm like 6'6", around there, 6'7". So
kind of we walked through the film, talked about your game, the feel, the instincts, the shooting, the ability to play out a lot of different actions, wanting to improve as a defender. Is that what you say is the biggest area of improvement? Or are there other things you're honed in on throughout this process? Like if you had to like really zoom in on one thing from now until, NBA training camp, summer league, like what is your biggest intention to improve upon?
yeah, on the defensive side of the ball, it's being able to guard 1v1 and things like that. Just being able to guard, and then I've put on 5 pounds since the season ended, and I want to put on five more pounds. So just getting bigger, faster, stronger, and strength coach here is doing a great job and putting me on a diet and stuff like that, and working really hard. So yeah, just be in the best shape possible.
We talked about some of the guys you've enjoyed watching playoffs, Trailblazers, the Magic defensively, Jamal Cain, last night, another mid-major guy.
Yep.
Was really getting after it, difference maker. Just zoomed out though, maybe detached from just the playoffs. Who are some of the guards you like to watch, learn from, and then who are some of the ones where you're like, okay, like I see how he's kind of maneuvering through his career, like building out his career in the NBA. Who are some of those guys you kind of look towards?
Yeah, I like seeing how SGA gets to his spots. I know lots of people like looking and watching him, but he's really good at getting to his spots. And then off the ball wise, it's guards like Concanipple. So just seeing how he did this year and how good of a defender he got at the end of the year, I think was really inspiring. And just seeing just his off the ball movement, catch and shoot, and leading the league in threes. So yeah, those are probably the two main guys that I really honed in on this year.
Yeah, Khan's a good one. I mean, you talk about defending your own position, winning the kind of like balance battle. He does a good job of kind of walling up physicality, staying balanced, using his length, having, positions on the floor. It's funny, like, I'm sure a lot of people, you see pro comparisons, whatever, like in the media, they always comp you to like a white guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what are the players like you actually want to craft your game to that aren't just like, you know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, he's Peyton Pritchard. And it's like, maybe they just have the same hair.
Yeah, I hear that. So, I like Jamal Murray.
Okay, I like that one.
Yeah, I like his mid-range game, and I like how he plays the Jokic. It's really cool to watch, and I see a lot of my game in his game. Just even how he finishes, and again, how he gets to his spots is cool and fun to watch.
That was the one I was going to say. I think that's perfect, especially we talk about playing different actions, the type of shooter he is, comfortable, simple, right? Like not wasting dribbles on those switches, coming off THOs, deceptive passes, different footworks. But as you kind of look back over throughout your college career, really cool journey. You're about to go to Chicago, really start to hone in for this process, the combine, interviews, team workouts. Have you had a moment where you kind of like look back and like, man, this has been incredible. Like I've worked so hard to be where I'm at.
Yeah, we had our team banquet last weekend, so that's like the time that day I really reflected on just my college career and seeing like this is over, but like I'm excited to move on to the next step. It's been a short but long 4 years, and yeah, we're ready to get going.
Definitely. Well, Bennett, I think we described your game really well. At least I hope so. Broke down some things you're working on, some of the players you've learned from, what you learned under coach throughout that journey, and wishing you the best throughout this pre-draft process, and appreciate your time.
Yeah, that was fun. Appreciate it.